Welcome all. It is Red Thread time. This week we've got a local story, something that is even niche and unknown for Australian standards, really. I'm sure many people over here don't know this story that I'm about to tell you, but it's a personal interest of mine considering it blew up during COVID times and I feel like I saw it and I was very, very interested in the situation that unfolded, but then it kind of evaporated into the air to never be spoken about again in any kind of serious context due to all of the COVID stuff. So this is a niche topic, but it is a topic that I feel pretty passionate about, or I'm pretty interested in it. This week we're talking about Australia's own Jeffrey Epstein, the cryptid known as Bethany Edgecombe, which is someone that absolutely no one out there knows. I'm sure you don't know the name, Jordan.
No, I'm not. I'm not into it as much because I don't have the same senior citizen interests that you do, Jackson.
Yeah, you don't care about protecting children?
No, yeah, see, old people stuff, you know. I'm trying to live my life and hustle through it, and you've already reached that stage of disgusting, outrageous.
Yeah,
Look,
I guess
she
I am
didn't
made
even
for
get
that.
a good sentence. Dude, those are your interests in life.
I think so.
Shame on you. Oh, the judge went very light.
You would think that you would be aligned with my, my sense of justice needing to be enforced on people, and yet apparently you're totally fine with it.
All right, come on. You can't just push me in that box because I called you an old man. Like, I'm just like a pedo sympathizer.
There you go. Jordan wants more firebombing.
All right.
You shouldn't be punished for firebombing Jordan anymore, guys.
This is what happens when you senior citizens have too much time on your hands. You just come up with all these weird conspiracy theories.
No,
I suppose it's so apt for this podcast, isn't it? You're the perfect person.
This podcast... No, I'm not a perfect person. I'm just better than this pedophile.
No. You're the perfect person for this podcast.
Oh, right, yeah.
This really should just be called Throw the Book at Him with Jackson and rotating co-hosts.
I don't know. Yes, I guess I am that person who is a bit miffed, let's say. A bit miffed whenever there's a criminal who has done something that is so transparently illegal and then they face absolutely no repercussions for that crime.
So none? This one got none? Just as a spoiler, I suppose.
I guess we'll get there eventually, but I'm just talking...
Yeah, see, he's too passionate about it already.
I'm talking in a broad context here. Yes, I get miffed when that happens. I get miffed with the idea of sharing society with people who have committed unspeakable crimes, and then the institutions we uphold fail to act on it, even though we are, as taxpayers, funding it. Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. See, all the fucking old man tropes. What am I paying tax for?
I could get incelly about this one as well, all right? It is an attractive woman that got away with it, so there could be multiple tropes here coming out soon enough. Yeah. No, that has nothing to do with it, honestly. It's just the fact that this person transparently gets away with what she did. So we're going to be talking about Bethany Edgecombe today. No one knows about that. Totally fair. You're going to be looking at the title. You're going to be hearing the name Bethany Edgecombe. There's going to be no neurons firing in your head. That's totally fine. Just listen to the story and see if you resonate with my rage by the end of it about how this situation unfolded. Because I don't think I've ever seen something like this happen. Someone so brazenly... all right, no spoilers. Let's just get into it.
Yeah. You're giving it away, all the sauce.
Yeah. I don't want to. There's a narrative here. Let's get into it.
Look at him. He's so passionate already.
I am passionate. This is something that only I know about, and I want to share it with all of you. I want to spread my passion, which is a horrible sentence.
We must raise awareness.
I actually do want to. I do want to raise awareness.
Yeah, you want to. Okay.
Hashtag.
Yeah, get it going. We bring it back to boogie days. We're starting a petition, and it will go far.
Change.org. I finally empathize with Boogie now. I get it.
I'm just a man on the internet doing my bit.
However powerless I may be.
They can't silence all of us. Dude, please put on a Guy Fawkes mask for this episode, please.
It's funny because most of the people that talk about this case now are like porn addicted Kuma brains who actually like they do the whole thing where they're in her comments and stuff being like, "Oh, you're so hot. I wish I was that 13-year-old boy," for example. Shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, so I would like to take a stand. I'm annoyed.
Take a stand. Take a stand.
I'm annoyed what this woman has done, but I'm also annoyed at all of the men who literally cannot think beyond
Keep it in their pants.
Their penis, basically. It's actually just insufferable. It's so
Jackson
irritating.
has maintained the serpent by becoming a eunuch. And that's how he stays vigilant.
Yes.
While the rest of you potent types.
I am in control of my penis. That's what separates us from the animals. Bethany Edgecombe. Bethany Edgecombe. All right, that whole preamble was funny, sure, but this is a serious topic. Let's get serious.
And also, you know what else is funny? The fact that her last name is Edgecombe. But go on.
Why is that funny? I don't get it. Edging.
See, look at him. He's such a eunuch. He doesn't even get it.
I don't get it. I don't think about it.
Long forgotten your ways.
What is edging? What is combing? What is combing? Bethany Edgecombe, formerly known as the title.
Bethany Edgecombe.
Coombe.
Yeah, go.
Edging and cooming. Yeah, that is pretty good. Actually, now that you've highlighted that. Bethany Edgecombe, formerly known as the title Blondie Australia and Burlesque Bombshell, respectively, started making headlines here in Australia in February of 2020 after being the target of a current affair news story and investigation. The investigation had alleged that Bethany Edgecombe had committed a very serious crime, and it wasn't tax evasion. At the time that this investigation was conducted, Bethany, then 20 years old, from Central Coast, New South Wales, was working as a burlesque model where she had quickly grown a relatively popular but now deactivated Instagram page with just over 100,000 followers. On it, she was described as being a burlesque bombshell as well as a law student living in Melbourne, Australia. Have you ever seen burlesque? Is burlesque?
I can't bring myself to do it.
Burlesque is sexy, right? Like it's sexy dancing, but like classy.
I think in like a very chubby 1800s sort of way.
Oh, like Victorian strip club.
I think it's very much of that era of like I'm showing ankle.
Well,
I'm sure it's raunchier in this day and age, but yeah that's what I think.
I doubt it. I think they're probably like spreading cheeks and stuff like that in today's burlesque. But the idea of a burlesque where you see a little hint of ankle, that sounds actually pretty good.
Damn, it's even getting you, a testicleless man, aroused.
I like the idea of that. Way more than I like the idea of some woman on stage spreading her cheeks, basically. I guess we come from different, more cultured times, my type of people. She also... All right, gotta get serious. She also had been voted the best burlesque performer by the AAIA. It was on this Instagram page that Bethany began talking to men, or, as you may expect this story to go, due to me talking about Jeffrey Epstein before, or in some cases, boys that she was interested in. Specifically, at the center of this particular investigation was a boy who was 13 years old that lived on the Gold Coast in Queensland. So barely a teenager. Like barely. The boy, unnamed to protect the identity of a minor, began following Bethany, who herself immediately followed the account back. This was very exciting for the boy, and the boy immediately messaged Bethany the message, quote, "Yo, I have a hot supermodel following me now," end quote. Instead of ignoring this comment and perhaps unfollowing the underage child, she responded with the message, I can't believe this. Quote, this was like her first message too. Quote, "Damn, called out perving on the 12s again," end quote, with the term 12s indicating that she knew the underage nature of the boy from the very first message, as this is slang for 12 is slang for an underage high schooler, basically, right? 12. That's what 12 is.
I'm not really down with
Pedo
head
lingo.
Yeah.
I think so.
I
just
it's
remember
a subculture that is not of my way. Yeah.
I remember in high school referring to like, people as 12s, like younger kids as 12s, basically. It could mean like 12-year-olds, like literally just 12-year-olds, I think, which would make sense since
yes,
the boy was 13.
Sense. Yep.
Comments then immediately moved into private conversation where Bethany herself quickly turned the conversation sexual. She said, "Truth, bro, are you a virgin?" He says, "Yes, of course, #virginity rocks." She replies,
Jesus.
She replies, "I call dibs on that virginity." He replies, "Sure, winky face." She says, "Hold on to that virginity. I'll be going past your part of town in a week or two. Kissy emoji." He says, "Yes, keen." Stop. She's putting more effort into this conversation than he is, by the way.
Yeah, he's playing it way cooler.
Yeah. She says, "And don't tell anyone. Don't think you're even legal." He says, "Okay, I won't." She says, "How old are you?" 13. And she replies, this broke my brain when she said this. I actually cannot believe she vocalized this. She says to the response of being told that he's 13, she says, I quote, "I really must be a pedo because that's so hot." Crying, laughing emoji. And he says, "I will be 16 for you," kissy emoji face. And she says, "Yes, you're 16. Deal?"
Fucking hell, really?
I can't. This is like what someone would type up if they were trying to frame a pedophile, basically, like make it look like this conversation was fake, but it was real, obviously.
It's also really strange because it's so there's no
pretense,
pussyfooting, none.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just straight to the point. It's
straight to the point, like really fast. First message right off the bat, huh?
And also just the fact that she is actually just straight up incriminating herself directly, almost like it seems almost intentionally. Like she's calling herself a pedophile in a message, and then making deals with the boy to lie about his age, and even the lie is still illegal, I think, or maybe not. I don't know about age consent laws in Queensland, but regardless, she's like, "Yes, you're 16." Deal.
Like, yeah. Now remember, it's really weird.
I couldn't.
It honestly just sounds exactly like what you would imagine a horny Tinder hookup would sound like.
Exactly. Yeah. Just straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
It's also like, as someone who has watched a lot of To Catch a Predator in his day and read through those chat logs and stuff, I don't think I remember any chat logs or To Catch a Predators who themselves like talk about being pedophiles and being that upfront about, they pussyfoot around it a lot. Like they obviously turn the conversation sexual, but they barely ever do it with this kind of like this bluntness.
Nah. Yeah. There's some, there's some game to it.
Yeah,
there's
some
none
sinister
there.
Game. This is
Tinder.
Confidence. This is like a confident
Tinder.
Pedophile.
Yeah.
This is a remarkably
confident pedophile. That's the way to put it.
It's, and I mean, she would later claim that this was the only boy she had talked this way to, but I really don't think you say this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't go straight to that, do you?
No. I think that this would not be the first boy. Or anyway, it wouldn't have stopped her from doing it with other, or talking with these kinds of these sexual conversations with other young children as well, I'm sure, because clearly she's fine with it. Almost unbelievably, the messages turned cartoonishly on the nose, with Bethany outright proudly calling herself a pedophile multiple times throughout the conversation, with several messages talking about how she must be a pedophile. In another message, she implores, quote, "Well, I'm officially a pedo. I did not know you were that young. I should not be perving on you as much as I do. I'm not going to stop though." End quote.
Damn.
A woman of her word, Bethany did not stop and instead doubled down on her sick and twisted perversions, and she would go on to further implicate herself in even worse crimes. Throughout the conversation with the child she knew to be the age of 13, I want to remind you, she sent several nude photographs of herself and also told the boy to sneak away to the bathroom away from his parents to take photos of himself for her, She also directly seemed to take immense pleasure in the fact that she was doing this to a child by playfully teasing that the child should not tell his parents. She says, quote, "Now, show me what I do to you." Obviously indicating that she wants pictures of uh, arousal, assumed arousal. She says, quote, "Sneak off to the bathroom, bad boy. Sneak off and don't tell your mummy, winky face." Fucking disgusting. What a ghoul. He continues, "I'll teach you everything you need to know, boy." And he says, quote, "Haha, I'm proud," with an emoji of like a shushing noise. And then she says, quote, "So show me this cock of yours," end quote. So again, just pretty fucking blunt, honestly. No two ways around that one. That is just a pedophile directly asking for child sex abuse material, which is what it's defined as. When he didn't do what she wanted when she wanted him to do it, Bethany would then become angry at the boy, choosing to use manipulation in order to try to make him feel bad, with her saying that she was, quote, "just sick of his lack of enthusiasm," end quote. Oh my God. This is like textbook. This is like speedrunning grooming, though. Like when you think about grooming, it like happens over the course of months, but with this, it's like all in the same day. And telling him
she's
that
broken a record.
Yeah, the Usain Bolt of grooming.
Yeah.
She continues, and telling him that, quote, "he knew what I want."
He knew what I want.
Yeah, wait. Telling him that.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. She's from the Central Coast. I forgot. English is no strong suit.
She's caveman. Telling him.
Who are we to judge her Neolithic ways?
Telling him that he knew what
the noble savage.
What? I think it's meant to say, "you know what I want." Like that's what she's saying. You know what I want.
You know what I want. Yeah.
Referring to the direction to the boy to produce child pornography of himself for her enjoyment and consumption. At the time of these messages being sent to the child, Bethany was working as an escort. The Queensland police found her escort profiles during their investigations, with evidence of her working at the time out of an apartment in the Melbourne CBD and also a nearby brothel. She described herself as, quote, "fresh, fun, and warm," and encouraged possible customers to feel free to inquire about the specifics of my services, extras I provide, or any special requests. "I am here to please and happy to accommodate," end quote. She charged $800 for an hour, or $2,000 for 2 hours with dinner and dessert, of course, and even $5,000 for a full night's stay. Though it seems she was willing to offer extensive discounts if the person was a child, as we've already seen. So it's kind of fucking ridiculous. Like $2,000 for 2 hours.
That's again, I'm not really into the escort world, but I feel like you could get a better price. Surely?
Yes, sure. I mean, surely, right? Who the fuck is paying $2,000 for 2 hours? Who?
Maybe if it's like real top shelf escort stuff, surely. But then again, like, look, she's charging it and she's getting it, so I suppose that's what the market demands.
Supply and demand, yeah. Fuck. All right, maybe
dude, I've really got to become a gigolo.
maybe
good. Like it's better than Twitch streamer money.
Maybe the incels are right. Maybe I am actually maybe I am grandstanding for them this episode a little bit. $5,000 for a full night stay. Come on. Actually, no, I'm not siding with the incels. You're right. This is just market supply and demand. I'm against the men in this situation. If you're paying $5,000 to hang out with a woman for a night, you are a categorical loser from top to bottom. Absolute fucking loser.
What about if you're a millionaire and you can't be bothered?
Oh, it'd be pretty cool then, but just by nature of being a millionaire. Yeah, I mean, I doubt those are the ones doing it though, right?
Yeah, if you're a millionaire, I think that you're going to $10,000 a night ones.
Well, not just that, but also like surely through just the avenue of you having exorbitant wealth, you could just find a gold digger basically to live with you full time. If you're spending money on them anyway.
Yeah, but that's definitely true, I suppose. But also, like, sometimes you want McDonald's.
$5,000 McDonald's, yeah. Not good for you, but it gets the job done.
Sometimes you want to eat nasty. I think that's how it works, right? I don't know. I don't understand rich people's dilemmas.
Should we run a YouTube video where you do pay the full $5,000 for a full night's stay to see what that's like?
And review it.
Yeah, if it's worth it. Oh, is
I
there
don't have a problem
Escort
with
reviews?
that.
Is there an Escort YouTube review
partner
series?
probably would, but
True.
what? Sorry.
I was saying, is there like an Escort tier list ranking online? Like, could you?
There'd have to be, surely.
You could do an Escort review series.
Yes, you could. I reckon it'd get demonetized, but it'd get views.
Well, you don't need to have sex or anything, really. It's just paying.
Why not? Paying just to have a date with them.
Yeah, well, I think that's what a lot of them do, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm really naive. Maybe they all do just have sex. Maybe it is just like the next level of prostitution.
Well, I'll tell you what. I used to have a friend at the local council, and they used to hire private eyes to see if these massage parlors that opened up were offering extra services. And you can go read it, and they're usually like married guys, and they say, she then proceeded to ask if I wanted a special services. I said yes. She then proceeded to masturbate me. It's not a bad job. Like going home to your wife and just being like, mate, work's work. I'm trying to put food on the table here.
I'm doing my community service.
Yeah, I am a public servant. Thank you very much. What are you doing for society?
I want all of those places shut down. I want us to go back to the days of only ankles. Ankles being the pinnacle
nice,
of sexual
sweet,
attraction.
chubby ankles.
Yes,
Ankles where you can't really see the ankles because, it's about mystery. The fat enhances the mystery.
My idea
What's
of a sexy massage is if I pay extra and the woman lifts up her dress a little bit and I see the ankles just slightly while they're being massaged, looking down at the floor. That'd be pretty hot.
Yeah, that's way too much for Jackson.
Yeah, that is too much. That needs to be made
illegal. Good old days. Yeah. yeah. He's that much of a prude.
Beaches scare me.
Filthy. What?
I said beaches scare me.
Yeah.
First broadcast on Australian television in 1971, A Current Affair is a TV show about, well, current affairs, and also sneaky advertisements for products in the form of so-called investigative journalism. And that's what I always laugh about with A Current Affair. They always have a segment where they're like in some Vegemite factory talking about like Vegemite's brand new product or whatever, or just some Australian product, Harvey Norman or something like that.
Coles. It's always Coles.
It's Coles too,
It's
yeah.
always some story like, is it more convenient living in an apartment above a Coles? We asked people specifically, was it easier for them to reach Coles? Yeah, it was. There you have it. That's the story. But also, you know what else? I will say this. This is a big defense of mine. And this is a huge thing for me to admit if you actually follow my content on Friendly Geordies. You will not find a more avid critic that relishes in bullying journalists than me. I love it. It is my pastime, my passion. Actually, very much like Jackson sitting around in local courts, yelling from the public gallery, give them the chair, reinstate the chair and give them the chair. My version of that is bullying journalists. I will say A Current Affair is the only journalism program in Australia that actually offers a public service. I sincerely believe that.
Yeah, promoting
everything
Coles.
else in this, huh?
Yeah, promoting Coles.
Promoting Coles, well, where else are you going to shop? Woolies? Not on my watch. And then the second one is yeah. It's look, you are a Woolies man for sure, aren't you?
I do shop at Woolies.
Yeah, me too. I hate Coles.
I hate Coles. I hate Coles with a passion. Also, yeah. I don't know why I lied. I shop at IGA mostly, but Woolies if I need to go to a
Fuck, you really are from Queensland, aren't you? That is such a Queensland.
Why is that a Queensland thing?
I shop at the rural grocer, 4 Square. Because it's just like, it's just clearly the crappiest out of the three.
It's not the crappiest.
Aldi, that's the worst. Yes, it is.
I don't like Aldi, no. Do you know IGA is you pay a premium for the products, but it's also like right next to us, so proximity.
Yeah, see, that's why. For some reason, it's just really convenient where you live.
Yeah,
not where I don't know. It's just
if you live in a city,
I'm always a bit sus about IGA, and also just the fact that their selection of fresh produce in inverted commas is always. It feels like they've bought it from Coles and
Coles,
put it in their shelves.
Yeah. Now, if you're in a city, you have no reason to go to an IGA or anything like that, obviously, because you got Woolies all around
Christ,
you.
no, you don't. There's something
But
wrong with you if you're going to IGA in a city.
yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, honestly, just so everyone knows, A Current Affair, I think, everything else I think is a massive sham. I have massive criticisms with every other journalism program in Australia. And I will say, A Current Affair over the years has put some dodgy tradies behind bars. And as an Australian, nothing pisses me off more than being overcharged by a plumber. That is my version of outing pedophiles. Dodgy plumbers. Hate them with a core. It's such an Australian thing. It makes your blood boil. Anyone
There you go. That's how I feel about this
500.
bitch.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this bitch. You understand the feeling. You're just directing it towards plumbers who are just trying to earn an honest living. So a bit weird, but it's fine. That's your prerogative.
See, there you go. Look at him. Plumber defender. Plumber lover, everybody. Right here. Throw the book at him. The Fair Trade Regulation Guide that is quite toothless.
Who do you hate more then, plumbers or journalists?
Journalists, definitely.
Okay,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, look, honestly, that in itself, I think there's something out of that. There is some actual public utility out of A Current Affair.
Oh, no, I agree. Of course, A Current Affair basically exists to sell, again, like promote businesses and like the stuff we were talking about with Coles and stuff, but also B, is to strike fear into everyone watching A Current Affair. And to do that, you have to show dishonest people doing horrible things in the institutions that are meant to be upholding justice failing categorically, which is what they predominantly do, right? That's like mostly what A Current Affair shows with their investigative journalism. And in those situations, like, yeah, it does have the effect of, making people angry and scared, but I don't know. I kind of prefer that to just willfully putting your head in the sand and pretending like people out here or our institutions aren't correctly enforcing justice on people like Bethany Edgecombe or like your dodgy plumbers, for example.
Yeah, it's really, I don't think that Americans have an equivalent of it. It's actually quite the institution. Great public service. Can't recommend A Current Affair enough.
Very entertaining as well.
Very entertaining.
When they said
probably the closest thing to Jerry Springer that there is on the news.
Yes,
it's
and
like
also
every segment is the journalist getting punched in the head, which again I like because I hate journalists. So
I was gonna say it's like the closest we've got to like on the field war reporting, except taking place in Australia. Like they actually send the journalists out directly to confront the subject.
No, they're so much more hardcore than those Vice dickheads that used to go to Mogadishu or whatever and then put some bubble wrap behind the scene and be like, oh no, it's really dangerous here, guys. Like they're actually getting in the thick of it. I'm telling you now, your job as a current affair journalist is far more dangerous than being in Palestine. Way more dangerous. You are getting clobbed in the head for a paycheck. That's your job.
Your take is that Melbourne is more dangerous than Mogadishu.
For those guys, it is. For those guys, it fucking is for sure.
I distance myself from Jordan's views currently.
You can distance
just so everyone knows.
You'll be back. Everyone will be. I'm right.
So the program, a current affair, what we're talking about, the program became aware of this case involving Bethany Edgecombe once the child's parents reached out to them, with them choosing to contact the program after the police investigation's progress had seemingly stalled, even with the comprehensive evidence preserved on their son's phone. They were understandably very upset and angry about the case and desperately wanted more eyes and attention on the predatory behavior of Bethany Edgecombe, given that she was still actively advertising herself online where most children could fall prey to her. When contacted for a statement, the mother of the child told the program, quote, she knew that he was only 13 years old and she pursued him. What kind of sick individual does that? How dare she try and manipulate a child with her evil, perverted ways for her own self-gratification, end quote. The Current Affair released the story on Bethany, featuring a spokesperson for the family, as the family didn't want to risk the identity of their son, understandably, in the process of bringing the case to light. The spokesperson, clearly affected by the situation, was visibly upset and shared the family's anger with the public, saying on the program that, quote, there's a lot of F-bombs in my head over this, it's disgusting. And also, quote, we always think that our boys are a little bit safer than our young daughters, but they are not, end quote. I've watched the interviews with the spokesperson and stuff. He's an absolute like Chad, like just a really cool looking dude. You might see him in the future in one of the videos I show, maybe.
Okay, I will judge his Chadness. I think he sounds a bit like a soy cuck to me. But
he's way more Chad than you. He's way more Chad than you ever will be.
I don't know about
if you and him were in a
Jackson,
ring,
quite a Chad.
If you and him were in a ring, I know who I'd be putting my money on.
Yep, me, because you're a friend.
As a current affair is known to do in Australia, a reporter was dispatched to intercept Bethany. I don't know why.
See, intercept is right. That's what he is. He is just cannon fodder. He's just there to get punched in the head. That's why he's there.
Task force was dispatched. It's like military terms.
Yeah, I know.
I'm on an intercept.
It's absolutely accurate too. Huh?
Just the words dispatch and intercept to describe a journalist going out to interview someone is hilarious.
It's so on point though.
So a reporter was dispatched to intercept Bethany in public where they could force a response from her about the allegations made against her. And like you said, that's why I respect the current affair so much. They put their bodies on their line for the reporting, which is something that most other journalists don't do. So, and
also just like, even if they don't get smacked, I think that they're cooler than Louis Theroux as well. Louis Theroux made a career out of pretty much bringing British comedy to journalism, in the sense that his entire job seemed to be being in awkward situations and having awkward conversations. That's the first half of their job, the Louis Theroux part. The second part is mug in boxing ring, training up prize fighter. They don't get paid enough.
So more money for journalists. That was your argument.
More money for a current affair journalist. Bring back Today Tonight as well. It's not enough.
A current affair reporter, Dan Nolan, Jordan's hero, tracked down Bethany to a Melbourne street where he confronted her about the explicit messages and images. He had the messages printed in his hands and directly relayed the quotes of her messages to her on the Melbourne street.
Get him, Dan.
Think about Bethany Edgecombe in that moment, now being confronted by a television crew and a reporter in a suit holding a stack of evidence pertaining to allegations that she was actively engaging with a child sexually. Think about what possible response she could have in this situation, what reasonable action she could take to defend herself against those allegations, or what action she could take to resolve the situation completely. Now, imagine the worst thing she could do. Instead of taking any reasonable response to the situation, she immediately rejected the idea that she did anything wrong by responding, quote, "I'm like 18 when I did this. This was 2 years ago. I don't care. I don't care about any of this," end quote. As if committing pedophilia wasn't enough crime for Bethany, she proceeded to, against all logic, lift up her top and flashing her bare breasts to the cameras as well as everyone else on the Melbourne streets, before then proceeding to smile with a disgusting grin at the reporter when he asked if she had anything to say to the boy's family. So we got to watch that.
Quest for him to send her intimate photos too. Nudity doesn't seem to be an issue for Blondie, even at peak hour on one of Melbourne's busiest streets when we first confronted her.
So what have you got to say to this boy's parents about your contact that you've been having with him? Okay.
See, he's Louis Theroux without the fame.
Thank you very much.
Eventually admit.
Fuck, what ratings gold that is. Surely that did well.
You're such a YouTuber.
Yeah, I know. Dude, that must have done serious numbers, yo.
Saying she would.
Instead of being sent to the police, I've been sent a current affair.
Well, let's see what the police have to say about it.
Let's see. Okay, good. That's great.
After that...
Yeah, so let's get the police involved in this clear-cut case of me being a pedophile.
Hey, was that the Chad before?
No. Oh, yeah, here. Where is he? This guy. This guy's the Chad.
Nah, I'm more of a Chad.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I can tell you right now you're not.
Jackson, you're less of a Chad than Bethany.
That was so mean. That was you acting out.
There, as they felt their case wasn't being treated seriously enough due to the...
All right. So we've seen her flash.
Yeah.
She did go on to clarify with the reporter. I highly recommend you guys go check out the video, by the way, in total. The current
You will never regret watching a current affair episode. Never.
No, and especially if
All
you
it
want to get
does is
angry.
inform people of quality deals at gyms mowing and expose pedos. It's a winning combo.
I remember a report that they did, a current affair, where there was an entire, what do you call them? Those campsites with a caravan park on the Central Coast, I think, that was just full with pedophiles. Like it was a pedophile nest, basically. Like all the pedophiles lived there.
Head nest. Okay, yeah.
That was pretty eye-opening too.
Dude, I could so picture you writing a comment at the bottom, you with a concerned expression on your display picture. Very interesting. Keep up the good work, Dan.
No, I do appreciate a current affair for bringing this to light. Otherwise, it would not have gone anywhere. Nothing would have happened in this situation. I can assure you.
And I appreciate them for the gonzo journalism. Everyone's happy.
There we go. We're all happy. She did go on to clarify with the reporter that it was only this one child that she had sent the nudes to, which of course doesn't really change anything. You've still groomed a child. And she never had any intention of meeting him, even though the messages suggest otherwise. As a means of further defending herself, she snapped back at the reporter by saying, quote, "Did I ever see the boy though? Have I ever seen the boy, or is this just some silly, harmless chatting? That's how I see it." End quote. What an excuse. What a flawless response. Flawless argument there. It's just silly, harmless chatting.
I'll tell you, honestly, so far, Jackson, we have, not exposed a bunch of pedos, but done a lot of finger waggling on this channel over the years. And we've often hypothesized what is the right response when you are exposed as a ped? Like, how do you get out of it? I've got to say, I'm putting her up in the tier. I'm putting her up in the tier of just like great responses, which is to flash your tits and be like, yeah, but I didn't hit that. So it's like so much higher than, what was that other guy that it was just like, he did the classic, like, no, I'm not here for that. I am just sitting in the park.
Oh,
like
the
that
buddy.
kind of response.
Yeah.
The buddy's response was like, no, dude, come on. Like,
I think we even did say back then that if you're going to be caught in that situation, you should just admit it. You should just rip off the Band-Aid because
exactly. Yeah, she's done it. She's done it.
She literally did rip off the Band-Aid if the Band-Aid was her top, which I think was unnecessary.
Literally. Yeah. Jackson, the inner prude endlessly. Oh, well, I'm glad they blurred that. This is prime time.
I like boobs, but I don't like pedo boobs. There's a difference. The child saw their interaction differently, however, saying in a statement to a current affair that at first he thought it was cool, but after a while she started to act a bit crazy and it wasn't fun anymore. This is a quote, "It wasn't fun anymore. She was acting weird and I'm not that dumb." End quote. But yeah, shocking that the pedophile is a weirdo and would start.
Well, you could tell
crazy.
from 2 seconds of footage of her
That she's an insane woman.
that she's insane.
Yeah. Well, that's not an excuse, though. I don't care if they're insane.
No. I'm just saying that, like, it's quite confirmed this man's character assessment of her when you're outed as a pedo and your immediate response is like, have a look at the girls. You know, that's your response.
With how brazen Bethany had been about her offending, not to mention how much evidence there was of its existence in general, least of all her own confession about the crime, many began to wonder as to why the police had failed to arrest her, or at the very least, progress with their investigation in a manner that was satisfactory with the victim and his family. When the public outcry became too loud to ignore, the police were forced to respond. And again, this only came after a current affair, put a spotlight on the situation. A spokesperson replied to questions from the public saying, quote, "These matters can take time to thoroughly investigate, particularly when a forensic examination is required. The matter is still under investigation and detectives are making every effort to finalize this as a priority." End quote. If the claim by Bethany herself was true that her offending had taken place 2 years prior to the investigation by a current affair, and she had been forthright herself with admitting to the crime so brazenly, along with the prominent evidence that the conversation had happened in the first place and that child pornography had been created and consumed, well, it's an extremely hollow statement to say the least from the police force. We come to Chapter 3, The Great Pilgrimage. So ultimately, Did the public outcry succeed in forcing the Australian Federal Police, Victorian State Police, or Queensland State Police to charge Bethany Edgecombe with the appropriate charges, given that she had quite publicly confirmed the allegations to be correct, not to mention the additional crimes of publicly exposing herself on the Melbourne street? Did Bethany Edgecombe get arrested, suffer some sort of repercussion? Any repercussions at all? I'm sure you already know where this is going, given what we've already said in this episode. No, instead, she fled to the UK during the chaos of COVID, changed her name, and continued to work in the sex industry, though she does at least now have an arrest warrant out for her issued by the Queensland State Police. However, it has been confirmed that she still hasn't even been questioned by the police during their entire investigation into the matter. What's your defense, you bootlicker? What's your defense, you bootlicker?
As a known PED defender,
well, no, I meant state police. You love these.
okay.
Australian
No, it's all them. Shame on them, bastards. Victoria Police sitting on your ass as always.
It's every state police. This is a slam dunk case. Why aren't they doing anything? And I don't mean now. Obviously, she's left the country.
Look, I will say this about Australian institutions, like I don't think that we have the same problem that the United States has. Like people in the United States seem to always be complaining about the fact that the police are too eager, too psycho. Our cops are just too lazy. They just don't fucking do anything. They really are just like Chief Wiggum from The Simpsons. That is our police. It's a very common thing to hear this all the time of like, oh yeah, we're getting to it. It's also another reason why I hate the fucking plumbers as well. Like our fair trade is always like, oh, we're investigating it. They're doing
and then nothing ever fucking happens.
Nothing ever fucking happens.
I swear to God, we have to be the laziest country unless it comes to investigating and penalizing people for like hate speech laws and stuff like that. That's the only thing that apparently the police do anything about.
Yeah, but even then, I don't think the police do anything. I think that like those laws exist, but I don't think that they fucking enforce them. I just think they're fucking lazy.
Very incredible for a man literally who went to court for that kind of stuff, defamation.
Yeah, that's it. That's like me. I'm the only one that's ever been prosecuted in the history. I'm telling you now, like everyone else gets off. It's so annoying.
Well, I think that's kind of the point,
yes,
right?
Throw the book at me. I had every right, but like,
But
like,
why? Why did that happen, Jordan?
Why is it just me? Huh?
Why did that happen? Because the people in charge of making sure that investigation happened were very powerful people in Australia. You're talking about state legislators themselves or state politicians themselves. Whereas people like this child's family, they have no sway.
Yeah,
the investigations go nowhere.
Yeah, it goes nowhere.
And again, we're paying our taxes for this. I'm just going to bring that up. I'm just saying.
On our dime. It is annoying though. Like honestly, it is very annoying. It is annoying. Yeah, I'll pay it. Like it's very funny that Jackson is an old man, but like the older you get, the more you're like, maybe our senior citizens like Jackson have it right. He remembers a simpler time. And maybe we shouldn't be making fun of him for his incontinence as much.
I remember yesteryear.
My ankles hurt. I'm aroused by ankles and they also hurt.
Two sides of the same coin. The same bitter coin. No, I mean, just it's aggravating. Aggravating that the police don't do anything, clearly. But I don't know what needs to change in that situation. I think it's like a mindset thing in Australia. Like, we are a pretty lazy country overall, I would say.
No, that's honestly what it is. I think the reason that America's cops are psychos is because Americans are psychos. And I think that Australians' cops are lazy because we're fucking lazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're changing any of that. This is the whole problem. Every time everybody always talks about, it's the institution, man, and all this. Man, I swear to God it isn't. I swear it's like truly a cultural problem. And you can't change that because that is Australia in a nutshell.
What do you mean it's not an institutional problem? Like, I guess you mean like the laws exist.
It comes out of the culture.
Right.
That's like the absolute bottom end of that is that. Also, I'm very much black-pilled on this. I think that once an institution is set up, it kind of just acts that way until it stops existing. So like it more or less just keeps reproducing its own outcomes forever.
So you think we need a complete reset if we want to get rid of this laziness in the institutions?
Oh, I think that if you did that in this country, it would just go back to being lazy again.
So we need what's the solution then?
I don't think there is, honestly. I just like, this is all that I ever base it off. When I was in Turkmenistan, you go there, it's kind of like it's like a funnier, more chill version of North Korea. The capital city is incredible. It's the funniest, greatest place I've ever been in my life because it's run by an autistic man that likes playing SimCity, essentially. And there is statues of him on a horse waving a sword in the air everywhere. And then it's also home to some of the oldest cities in the world, as in ruins. They're all UNESCO sites. But you go there and there is a king on a horse waving a sword. It's like, dude, that place has not changed in 5,000 years.
Is that the place
It is
with
the same
with
place.
the guy's name's like Gulman Googly or something?
Gumlum Goobly.
What's his name?
Googly Eyes Gooblyberg.
What's his name?
His name's Gerben Gooley. Close enough.
I was close. Hey,
You
I'll
were
give you
close.
that.
You were close. You were
I'm
close.
Good shit. I know my made up noises.
You know your made up noises. But that's what I think. Honestly, I think that New South Wales is always going to be a corrupt cesspool because it was set up by convicts. I think that Queensland is always going to be filled with funny dumbasses because it was set up by cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, this is the way that they are.
Well, what if we just change where we live?
What?
What if like all you guys come up here and we go down there and then the states change? Like it's the same concept.
But then this is just Queensland and that's New South Wales.
Yeah, but I'm saying
you thought that through.
No, I did. I'm saying like through transformative population changes, the transformation could then change to the institutions.
Yeah. That's definitely what happens. I think that's it. Like culturally, if a place changes, then the institutions change.
Yes. Saved it. In the new statement, Detective Inspector Paul Dalton of the Child Protection and Investigation Unit of the Queensland State Police wrote, quote, Gold Coast detectives are investigating the alleged grooming of a 13-year-old boy in 2019. On November 26, 2019, it was reported to police that a 13-year-old boy had received messages and videos of a sexual nature from a 20-year-old Melbourne woman. This directly contradicts Bethany's claim made to the Current Affair reporter that she had only been 18 years old at the time. Not that it would have made the situation any better, so she was actually 20 at the time. They continue to explain that they had issued an arrest warrant for Bethany on 2 counts of indecent treatment of a child and 1 count each of grooming and using the internet to procure, which is creating child pornography. Today, Bethany would be around 26 years old, but it was 3 years ago in 2023 when it came to light that she had fled to the United Kingdom, evading the arguably non-existent police investigation. Honestly, it's unknown if she even moved to the United Kingdom in an attempt to evade the police because she clearly didn't at all feel threatened by the possibility of facing repercussions for her crimes. She may have just been moving to the UK for business opportunities or because she now understood that her image was tarnished in Australia. Speaking of business, Bethany Edgecombe didn't disappear entirely. In fact, she became even more popular in the aftermath. She now calls herself Atlantis Deep, which is a horrible name. That's such a fucking...
It's kind of chat, hey?
It's so gross. Atlantis Deep. That's
Atlantis Deep.
Cheap hooker kind of sound.
But it also sounds very, I'm insane.
It doesn't even sound sexy.
No, she is clearly mentally ill, and she's one of those people that's like, did you know that Atlantis is real? It's true. For sure.
When I was looking up Atlantis Deep and stuff, I did stumble into like a rabbit hole of conversations about Atlantis and stuff on Reddit threads and stuff. And I did find that very interesting. But that's a conversation for a different time.
They have a lot of questions that need to be answered.
They were raising serious questions that I don't think a Current Affair can answer. She now calls herself. I do want to see like Dan.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Current Affair is deep, but it's not Atlantis deep, is it?
I want to see the reporter. What's his name? Dan something. Dan. I want to see the
Dan O'Day or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see the reporter travel down to Atlantis to interview the Atlanteans if that's a possibility.
Wouldn't that be incredible? He goes down, he discovers Atlantis, and he's like, And they've got a Coles here too. Incredible. They really are advanced.
I was going to say he finds the one dodgy plumber in Atlantis and gets into a fucking punch-on with him. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Did you know Atlanteans also suffer?
In a place that is entirely covered in water, plumbing is even more important. Yeah. It's not bad, actually. They should just make that episode. The audience is dumb enough to believe it easily.
You charge this Atlantean double the quoted price. Why? Why did you think you could get away with it?
You should be charging 3 seashells for this, and yet you're charging a conch? Unbelievable. mate, don't swim away. Don't swim away with the mermaid thing. It's great. That's hilarious, actually. I'm going to do a fucking skit on that. That's really good. Yeah. Atlantis, a current affair.
Oh, no. He's got a trident. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, man. It'd be so much worse, wouldn't it? Oh, he's summoning the powers of Poseidon. Oh, he's electrocuted me. I hope he got that on camera. You guys don't. You're so missing out with the current affair. There's some things that I feel really sorry for Americans about. The fact that you don't have that program. You just had Jerry Springer. You didn't have Jerry Springer, the journalist.
Jerry Springer's the closest, but a current affair works better than Jerry Springer, I think, because the situations are real. Like with Jerry Springer, like they're probably real, but they're played up to such a fake level, it feels like, on Jerry Springer and stuff, whereas a current affair is literally just reporters going out and harassing.
Yeah, no, that's a live reaction, right?
Shady people. It's great. Go check it out. Highly recommend it. I think they're on YouTube now. They just post all their videos to YouTube, so you could literally just watch it on YouTube.
They're just YouTubers.
Yeah, they actually are now. It's great. She has around 14,000 subscribers on popular sites to do with her work. Porn sites, they may be called. I'm not going to name them. She seems to, at some point, have set up an official website for herself where she could live stream 24/7 for people to watch. AVN released a press statement in 2022, and I think AVN's like the adult award thing. I don't know. It's an adult.
Jackson, don't pretend you don't know.
I actually don't.
You did your research. Oh, come on. Huh?
What is it? I went on their website.
I actually legitimately don't know, but I know that you know.
No, I genuinely don't. I think. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I don't know if it's an award show.
Just at the thought of AVN, I bet you're under the desk. You're having a tug right now. Just
my hands are up here. My hands are going to stay up here the entire rest of the episode to prove that's not true.
Yeah, they're fake hands.
Oh, no.
Fake hands.
CGI.
CGI hands.
No, they're either an award show or like they're journalists. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, like porn star TMZ.
Yeah, maybe. But they also do an award show. Anyway, AVN released a press statement in 2022 that read, quote, and this is from London, Australian model Atlantis Deep has launched her official site, atlantisdeep.live, which isn't up anymore, by the way. That's a 24/7 at-home social experiment that features Deep, her roommate Molly, and her friends in every room of her house. This is a quote from Bethany about this. Quote, this is a huge undertaking, but I'm ready for it. Living your life on camera 24 hours a day is pretty wild, but my fans love the idea. When I saw how much my fans enjoyed my amateur content more than the polished studio quality photos and videos, I knew I was onto something. Yes, she invented 24/7 streaming. Molly and I are so excited the site is finally live and can't believe how many subscribers we already have. My fans should definitely subscribe now so they don't miss a moment of the action, said Deep. Deep has committed the next year of her life to her official site, where she's live streaming unfiltered and uncensored. According to promo materials, she decided to take behind the scenes to a whole new level with the launch of her official site. Subscribers get a real look at her everyday life and see her as they've never seen her before. And they can see if she sticks to her resolution of being on the treadmill every day. Every room of her house, the bedroom, the bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and more, is wide with a total of 8 streaming cameras, including her bedroom, which of course has a night vision to watch her sleep, and a second camera to catch all the sexy action.
Oh, the sexy action.
Yeah, like watching her shit. So, like, how much sexy action could there be? It would be like 20 minutes a day, maybe. The rest would be like her making
eating
a sandwich,
cornflakes,
sleeping. Huh? Yeah, it would be her sleeping, fucking.
Someone would find that sexy.
I guess.
A lot of people would find her on the toilet sexy.
Deepest
You
represent.
especially, Jackson. That was what you were imagining as the 20 minutes of sexy time, wasn't it?
Yeah, just constipation. I hope she's got a toilet cam with night vision. It's fucking disgusting.
Night vision.
It's disgusting.
What, toilets? No.
Well, yes, but
It's a
also
human
just
function.
this whole thing. She's a fucking pedophile, and there's subscribers to her. Subscribers watching her 24/7 on the site, giving her thousands and thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, she's evading justice. Deep is represented by Brill Babes Model Agency. So I also looked into this Brill Babes Models Agency. They're a pretty shady organization. There was an expose that released like 2 years ago from some models in Brill Babes that talked about how the modeling agency would set them up in dangerous situations, basically, with in terms of health and safety on porn sets. For example, they forced a woman to have a bunch of medication. I don't remember the direct medication, but they gave her a bunch of medication to take because they had set her up with someone with syphilis and things like that.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. It was,
dude.
it's
Now I'm aroused.
the most.
That is fucked. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make your penis just go inside itself like a dog's? Like, why are STDs involved? Yeah, go on, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it seems like they may have done it like willingly, basically, like set her up with that. Knew about the fact that the
Yeah, it
talent
sounds it.
had syphilis, and then they're like,
Yeah.
just take this medication, you'll be fine. Get in there.
Jesus.
Who'd have thunk that this industry might not be the most hygienic and moral? You were a former model.
Yes.
No?
Yes. I was a former porn star. Yes.
any stories from that time that are relevant to this conversation?
What?
I
have AIDS.
No, model agencies in general, are they slimy? Are they slimy as they sound?
One of my agents tried to fuck me once.
Okay, moving on.
But that wasn't like.
Also landed her on the British publication. No, okay, what? Yeah, finish it.
But that's it. That's just yeah. They had a go, and I just was like, oh, my auntie is calling, and that was that. It was they had a pass, whatever.
What? What do you mean they had a pass?
Well, they were just like, are you? They were hitting on me.
Okay, well, you sound,
I didn't think
you
it was
sound
that
very
bad.
uncomfortable right now. So were they coercive about it, or were they just like hitting on you?
Hitting and then just doing the like caressing and just being like, you've got a great body, and I was just like, yeah, thanks. I'm gonna go now.
Jesus
And-
fucking Christ.
Yeah, I honestly, like, it really wasn't that bad.
That sounds pretty bad if they're not taking no for an answer, they're caressing your body.
They weren't not taking no for an answer. It was like they were just having a punt, having a shot. And that was about it. And then other than that, I think I got off the clear. Really, that was about it.
This sounds like major cope to me.
I've just like got like these suppressed memories. And just been
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like it. Are you
He was a very nice man.
Did you like leave the organization immediately after that, or were you still involved after that?
No, I just honestly saw it as just like, well, he cracked on. That was it.
Oh, well, I guess
Jackson, you really just, oh my God. Like, are you sure that's what happened? You're doing a cop moment. That's what you're doing. You're trying to make it out to be worse. But yeah? Really? Is that what you think happened? Well, I put it to you that you're brainwashed by his sexual advances.
I think you got me too. All right, we should probably cut this part.
Why? Let the people know.
let the people know your story.
my story needs to come out.
And your story is, I don't think it was that bad. Name him.
I can't even fucking remember his name. What was it? Like, It was fuck.
Don't actually name it. We'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
in
all right.
trouble.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, this 24/7 live stream stunt also landed her on the British publication The Mirror, where they published an article titled, quote, "Porn star live streaming her every move for a whole year annoyed her mum, keeps tuning in," end quote. So, this pedophile is having like cutesy advertisement tier fucking articles written about her too, promoting her fucking 24/7 live stream. Written by Benedict Tetzlaff Diaz and Adam Goldsmith, the article makes no mention of her outstanding arrest warrant in Australia, nor the crimes she has alleged, and is instead a lighthearted article doing pseudo promotion for her pornography. Speaking of her social media presence, she continued her social media activity under the new name as a relatively successful rebrand. However, the TikTok, Twitter, and OnlyFans accounts seem to have been suspended or otherwise deleted recently. On her social media accounts, however, she showed herself traveling to different places across Europe where she would then brag to followers about her luxurious trips. Yeah, like there's pictures of her in like France, Greece, soaking up the sun in like expensive resorts and stuff. And meanwhile, there's a fucking family back here waiting for some form of fucking justice. It's great.
Damn, really?
She even bragged on her Facebook account that she had just been nominated for 4 awards at the AVN award shows, which she called the Porn Oscars, as hottest newcomer in 2022, just 2 years after being exposed by her current affair for her predation. Insultingly, it appeared that at one point she even seemed to have travelled back into Australia for a quick stint, with her posting a photo in front of the Sydney Harbour with her new brunette hairstyle. But she then easily travelled back to England without any issues, where she has remained. Arrest warrant? I don't know about that. The boy's family were obviously frustrated and incredibly angry by this failure to enforce any kind of punishment on the woman, saying that what she did was making a joke out of the system, letting this pedophile run free in the world. With a spokesperson for the family, and also that's calling her a pedophile is not slander or anything. I want to get that added. She literally called herself a pedophile in her messages. Like she took that title and ran with it. So me calling her a pedophile, totally fine in my eyes. She admitted, she said as much. With the spokesperson for the family making another statement saying, quote, "It's annoying. I don't know how you get out of the country when there's an arrest warrant out for you," end quote. That is a good point. How did she had an arrest warrant out for her, then she fled the country to England, and then she came back for a trip to Sydney, and then left again. How does that happen?
I honestly think it's you don't tick on the box. Do you have any felonies or impending arrest warrants? You just write no, and they go, "Well, it checks out," and you get back in. Like I've honestly thought about that a lot of the time. I really feel like a lot of the customs is a lot just for show and to waste an hour of your life.
Don't they have like automatic photos and stuff? Like whenever I go through international transit, like through the customs and stuff, you like get your photo taken in those machines that like analyzes your boarding pass and shit like that. It must be so simple.
I don't know. I'm honestly just getting this off of Spanion, who is a convicted felon, and then he
doesn't have does he have an outstanding arrest warrant?
No, but he's a convicted felon. You'd think that that'd be on your record.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here. She had an arrest warrant and was able to come back in the country and then leave again.
I suppose it is more than former. Yeah.
How do you go through? Like I thought the whole point of having
just
arrest
has
warrants
on her passport now Atlantis Deep.
True. She changed her entire name, and the picture on her passport is just her tits.
Yes.
There's no face to match it with. Just a flash again to be correctly identified. But
well, yeah, that's probably it.
Like if you got an arrest warrant out for you that's attached to your name, surely like when you scan your little fucking passport at those little kiosks at the international terminal, and you know it scans your face, surely like big red lights pop up somewhere going, "This person has an arrest warrant out for them in the fucking country that you're currently in. Maybe you should fucking arrest them." The border patrol agents. Surely,
I don't know.
Like it would be so fucking simple.
It should be, but I don't know. Like it doesn't sound like that is what happens when you get into
Clearly
the
not.
with it.
Which is kind of scary when you think about it.
I think that, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just like a lot of the world is just on paper these days, isn't it? Like it's a lot of pencil pushing.
Assumptions that this thing works the way that you think it works, but in reality it does not work the way that you think it works. And apparently everyone can just come into the country with outstanding arrest warrants on them and then leave after a week holiday in Sydney.
It's pretty remarkable, actually. Yeah, you would have thought that something would have pinged off.
Maybe the border control agents or whatever were big fans of Atlantis Deep's 24/7 live stream and so didn't want to inconvenience her and their viewership. The family believed that she got away with this because the predator was a woman, expanding on the previous statement with, quote, "It's double standards. We wouldn't be sitting here now if it was the other way around. If it was a male doing this to a female, it would have been resolved. It would have been stopped," end quote. What do you think
Damn.
about
I think this guy's dad is Sneeko.
that?
What do you think?
I mean, kind of. Like, I think if there was a...
I think so too. Yeah, I absolutely do think that's the
If
case.
there was a video on a current affair exposing a child predator who had groomed a 13-year-old girl, I think there would have been far more attention on the matter. I think he would have been arrested immediately by police, which is the correct thing to do, by the way. So I think that would have happened. I do not understand why she was investigated in quotation marks for 2 years and then let out of the country, let back into the country, and then let out of the country again after she is on camera confirming that it happened. There's no doubt that it happened or anything like that. You don't even need an investigation. She confessed to it. There's evidence showing that it happened anyway. I don't understand. I think if this was a guy in this situation, he would have absolutely been apprehended and, you know, penalized for it appropriately or less appropriately, depending on how you think that the punishments currently are. As an old man, I think they should be far worse than they currently are, but, you know. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you think?
Do you think it's hard to prosecute someone if they haven't done the act?
No, it shouldn't be. I mean, people are convicted of just collecting child pornography basically all the time.
Yeah, actually, that's true. No, I'm going back to it. It's just laziness. Straight up fucking laziness.
Yeah, but is it gender-based laziness or... Like, I don't understand what would be different.
Look, I would imagine that has some factor into it. I don't think it's enough to, if it was like, oh my God, it's a girl. Yes, we'll have to get to the bottom of this.
But you see this in comments all the time on these people. Like, whenever there's a fucking school teacher that comes out and it turns out she's been grooming 13-year-old boys in her classroom, you always get the fucking dumb fucking monkey-brained ape shits in the comments being like, wish that was me when I was 13. Shit like that.
So what, you reckon the cops are thinking the same thing?
Someone has to be thinking the same thing for it to be such a prevailing, common set of comments that I read under every one of those posts. And it also, something clearly happened here in terms of the investigation where they just didn't want to pursue it for 2 years. I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah, me neither, honestly. I really don't know what you're right, actually. Jackson, you've actually identified something here. That is really strange that nothing has happened to this woman when everything is so public. That is really strange.
Yeah, I
especially because, why it would be such a big song and dance. It's another one of these points. It's very much what I have. Look, sorry to bring it back to plumbers again, but it's the same thing. It's like, look, if you take down a dodgy plumber, you take down a ped, you are going to get so much praise in the press for it. You're not pissing off any particular, there's not I suppose there's NAMBLA in the United States. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but there's not going to be advocacy groups coming out and being like, this is a matter between two individuals. Everyone's just going to be like, yeah, get it, fucking take it to the gallows. It's like, just do it. It'd be such an easy prosecution. You would get a lot of public support for it.
Well, and also the victim gets the victim and the victim's family gets the retribution that they're owed, basically, or the justice that they're owed, let's say. And society gets one less fucking pedophile in the streets. It's a win-win-win-win for everyone.
It's really strange that they're not doing it because it'd be so. It's like all upsides.
It has to be those fucking comments that I always read that'll be like, I wish that was me when I was 13. I would have totally banged her hard. Meanwhile, that's not the fucking point.
That can't be it. If it is, that's incredible.
I want to take that comment. That's not the fucking point. Obviously, when I was, 13, 14. I was horny too. I get it. I get that aspect of it. That's not the fucking point here. It's the fact that there's an adult woman that's into children. That's the point. That's the whole thing there. It's the other way around. Don't even think about like what you would have been like when you were 13. It's the fact that there's now a 20, however old she was, 21-year-old woman that wanted to bang kids. That's the issue. Like her side of it. That's the issue. It's so fucking dumb. Those comments drive me crazy. It's like, oh, you're
I
so
know. It's just, well, it's pretty much the man. I think it was George Carlin that once said, if you think about how stupid the average person is, just remember there's 50% of the population that are dumber than them because they're the average, right? And I think that, when you're looking at a Daily Mail article comment section, you're not looking at the best and brightest of society, are you?
Yeah, but are they? You just said the average. That means there's 50% of them, and they all have jobs, I assume, or most of them probably have jobs. Are they?
Yeah, not high functioning ones.
But are they in these situations where they could actually have that opinion on the police force?
I'm sure. I don't know, but I would imagine that child sex offense agencies, you would have to have some pretty cluey detectives on it. It wouldn't just be down to your local constable. Oh, okay, prosecute a pedophile or this stolen bike. Should I investigate? Oh, I'll go to the stolen bike today.
Yeah, but is it more like the child sex abuse department or investigation unit or whatever has limited resources, and so then they they prioritize cases involving male predators instead of female predators? Maybe that could be the answer then.
Maybe that could be the answer. Also, like it happened a long time ago, and they've probably got like quite very serious cases to deal with. I could imagine a lot of that. But dude, again, I'm telling you from my own experience with the police in New South Wales, at least. I can't really speak for Victoria. But dude, they are fucking lazy. Like they're really, that's half of their problem. So it could just be that. It's like, I'm having lunch.
I'll give props to our child sex abuse, investigation units in Queensland. At least I think they do a pretty. I wouldn't say they're lazy, honestly. I wouldn't give them that label. Like I'm pretty sure there's a task force. I want to say it's like Task Force Argent or something like that. It's some kind of name like that. I'd have to look it up. But they're involved pretty frequently in pretty high scale busts involving entire networks of pedophiles, and internationally too. So like as well, like other countries ask this task force for help, and it's pretty well funded and such. So I don't know if the laziness actually applies to this current situation.
But again, that's Queensland.
Yeah, but Queensland is the only police department involved in this case that actually issued a warrant, an arrest warrant, which is kind of interesting, considering the victim.
Yeah, that is fucking interesting.
The child was on the Gold Coast, so in Queensland, so that's why they were involved. But yeah, I don't know why Victoria didn't. I don't know why New South Wales didn't, or even like we're talking about using communication devices and federal what's it called, national, basically communication systems to do this kind of thing, to share images, and she was grooming him over the phone basically. So that I don't understand why the federal police aren't involved in that situation as well, or why their task force and units aren't involved in pushing this through, considering that would be a separate charge of using a carrier device to solicit a child, basically. You just shit yourself?
Well, there is so
what
many.
Was that?
Huh?
What was that noise? It sounded like you just shit yourself.
Oh, did it? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was just like, it was the last bit of like a coffee.
Yeah.
I will be shitting myself soon. But that's so weird. Yeah, there's so many police departments that are involved in this.
That should have,
Jackson,
someone
you
should have.
know what? Honestly, I mean, yes, trust you to be thinking about this long and hard about where is the comeuppance. But I think you might be right.
Yeah, clearly I'm fucking right. She deserves to be in jail. She deserves to be punished.
like
Now
the reason for
exactly. My question is like, why did that not happen? That's far more interesting to me than anything else in the situation. It's like, this is such a clear-cut case where the job is done for them. She admitted to it. She's clearly proud of it. She's also got copious amounts of forensic evidence showing that she did it. That is in of itself a crime. How did that not go anywhere? Like, why? Why? What is the reason why? When it's so clear cut. And then also, why was she allowed back in the fucking country and then let back out? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Neither. It's actually quite confusing. I really don't understand that.
That is just an enormous institutional failure. It's like, I know we're not talking about a fucking
levels.
I joked at the start, but we're not talking about like a Jeffrey Epstein scale of situation here. But if this person is able to do this and get away with it, then how many out there are currently getting away with this kind of stuff pretty frequently? And the investigators and police departments are just not acting on clear-cut cases where convictions could, be the result of the situation. And, well, I don't know why. I don't know why. It's annoying. Anyway. In a rather troubling...
Yeah, sorry, continue.
The police have said that they were considering extradition from England, but also commented that these processes were complex and lengthy and had to be approved at a Commonwealth level. Well, surprise, motherfuckers, she was in the fucking country. You could have stopped her then. She came back. She gave you another chance to get her, and you were like...
Yeah, no, she did. She gave another chance.
She felt sorry for you. She was giving you a week to catch her when she was in the fucking country. And now you're like...
Clues.
And you're worried about
really
fucking extradition.
Zodiac, hey? Huh?
And they're worried about extradition. Meanwhile, she's taking fucking summer holidays over here. She extradites herself, you fucking idiots. In a rather troubling turn of events late into the research process for this document, we were able to find a Reddit account that seemingly belonged to Bethany Edgecombe. In it, she is seen frequently posting to subreddits themed around the idea of pregnancy pornography. And in the photos she shared, which were from about last year or 2 years ago, she visibly appears, well, quite pregnant, meaning that she likely has a child at the moment. Some post titles read, and these are post titles from her, that read, and of course they're in pregnancy subreddits, so warning to everyone listening. The post titles read, quote, "Mummy loves a big load of cum. Have you got what I need?" End quote. And also, quote, "Slide into my DMs if you'd fuck a pregnant girl." End quote. Given her past behavior, soliciting random messages from unverified individuals on Reddit is certainly uncomfortable to imagine. Another Reddit account was found with similar comments and post titles such as, quote, "Hashtag hot wife on vacation," probably in Sydney, "and on the prowl. What?" And then in parentheses, "or who should I do tonight?" End quote. So I don't like the idea of this pedophile using the internet to solicit DMs from anyone, given that she has no habit of verifying the age of the people that she communicates with. In fact, she does have a habit of verifying the age as long as they're 13, in which case that's totally fine. So she does verify on the other end of the scale, which is...
Yeah, no, she verifies, yeah.
She verifies.
What's your problem again, Jackson? Yeah, that's incredible. Huh?
What do you mean, what's my problem?
No, I just mean that, like, yeah, she verifies, so I don't see your argument. You have cornered yourself into a logical fallacy.
Yeah, clearly.
You have been checkmated.
She does verify. She does
You've
ensure.
been checkmated by this ped from the Central Coast that can't spell.
She does ensure that that it is a child she's talking to. So
yeah,
that's good at least, I guess.
Treated Jackson.
Unfortunately, I'm sure you can tell by my anger that's about where the story ends. There is an Instagram account linked with Bethany Edgecombe that still sits at nearly 500,000 followers that is unused with no content and is set to private as well, though it seems she is continuing to still produce adult content to this day with absolutely no repercussions to speak of, and it's hard to say whether or not she has made a new social media account that she could potentially use to communicate with minors. By this point, I think it's pretty clear that if she stays in Europe, she's going to be completely fine, unless she commits crimes over there, I guess, but I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know. It's
did you just rub your hands across your face?
Yeah, why?
Were they your real hands? Were they fake hands?
Very frustrating.
Just so everybody knows, behind the scenes, if you're watching, we aren't watching each other at the same time, so I have to guess a lot of his gestures.
Yeah, he's been imagining me jacking off the entire episode for some reason, because that's where Jordan's brain goes.
That's my theory. This is a scientific experiment, and I think it has just been confirmed.
Jokes aside, this is an annoying case. Jordan clearly doesn't get annoyed unless a plumber is involved for some reason. So for future episodes, I'll try to find a situation where there's a pedophile plumber, maybe, and we can both be on the same page.
Dude, you should have just chucked in as an Easter egg for me the dildo plumber's delight, and then I would have been fine.
What is that?
I think this could be an urban legend. I just remember in high school, one of my friends being like, "Do you know what a plumber's delight is?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "It's the world's biggest dildo. It's for fat chicks." So it's still in my head. Maybe it exists.
I mean,
hey,
definitely...
anybody, do some research for us, Red Thread. You're a very widely educated audience. Does the plumber's delight exist? And have you used it? Rate it for us.
All right, and that's going to do it for this episode. I think I am done. I've gone through tonal whiplash during this episode so much that I am now tired, extremely tired. I've gone from anger to laughter to anger to sadness. All in all, though, I do want to say that the police have failed, obviously. I want the police to know that if any police investigators are listening to this episode, trying to source information about how they can catch Bethany Edgecombe, you had your fucking chance, first of all. But secondly, do your fucking job. Figure out a way to extradite her so that that she can be faced with justice. That would be nice. That would be fucking nice, guys. Other than that, just remember her face, I guess. In case you see her on a street late at night, you know that you're in danger. Or
dude, Jackson, you are genuinely a concerned citizen. You are. I'm telling you, like, it is in your DNA to be one of those old men from Queensland with the hilted over back.
I'm in Queensland, of course I am.
Shaking your hands and
I'm in Queensland, of course. Of course, I'm that person.
You are that person. You are absolutely that person.
I just don't like.
Putting up the little flyers on the telegraph poles. If you see this woman, alert authorities immediately. Not that they do anything. It's you. That is you. Admit it. That is spiritually you.
I am. Yes, I'm a. What's the word I'm looking for?
Citizen.
Not a concerned citizen. I'm not a. I mean, I am technically in this situation.
You are a concerned citizen.
It's more like I just fucking hate the hypocrisy of it. I hate the failure of this whole situation. It annoys me when people cannot do their fucking jobs.
Yeah. No, it is so annoying when authorities do it. And exactly, it just boils down to your same thing. Like, this is really what it is. It's like, what the fuck are we paying you for?
Well, yes, but also just so easy. It's so easy to just arrest.
It's such an easy one. This one is an easy one.
It's such a failure. I don't understand.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, hopefully Bethany gets her comeuppance. That's the prevailing notion of this episode. Thank you for watching. If you want to support us at Red Thread, we got a membership site, official.men, where you can hang out with us. No, you can't hang out with us. Sorry, that was
you can.
False advertisement. You can currently go over there and see Jordan dancing though to a TikTok song by the Bidet. So if you want to see Jordan busting a move, 7-day free trial at official.men. Go sign up over there. You get early access, ad-free access to all of our shows. And we've got more content coming up. We've got a show idea that Jordan and I are going to demo fairly soon, which will be up there first. So if you want to see that new show, which I'm not going to spoil anything about, but let's just say I think it has potential.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it. And I like it too. I think he's actually onto something here.
So go over to official.men. Wait for that one. It'll be out soon, fairly soon. So excited to demo that. Official.men, 7-day free trial. Also bonus content like the loose threads. So you get a lot over there. Go check it out. Official.men. And thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you for listening.